The chapter number 8 is standard forms. The rules are for division and multiplication. First, if you get a number in standard form multiplied by another number in standard form, you just multiply a with b into 10 raised to power. In the case of multiplication, you just add the power. So 7 plus 3, you get equal to 10. In the case of division, you divide a with b, and for the powers, you just minus. So in the case of multiplication, you add the powers, and in case of division, you subtract the powers. So you get 7 minus 4 is equal to 3. Now we get a question: a into 10 raised to power minus 7 divided by 5 into 10 raised to power b is equal to 4 into 10 raised to power negative 16. Now in this case, if we just move this number over here, then divide sign changes to multiplication sign. So let's rewrite this: a into 10 raised to power minus 7 is equal to 4 into 10 raised to power negative 16 multiplied by 5 into 10 raised to power b. Now if we just multiply the numbers 5 with 4, we get 20 multiplied by 10. Now the case is of multiplication, so we just add the powers: b plus minus 16. So the final answer becomes 20 multiplied by 10 raised to power b minus 16. Now 20 is not in standard form. The standard form rule is that this number must be greater than 1 and less than 10. So we convert this back into standard form and it becomes 2. So 2 into 10 raised to power b minus 16. Now we just shifted the decimal from, the decimal was here, like it was 20.000. The decimal was here and we moved the decimal towards the left. When you shift the decimal towards left, you add 1 in the power. You shifted it once, so you add 1 in the power, left to right. So this is the rule. Now 2 into 10 raised to power b minus 16 plus 1. So the answer becomes 2 into 10 raised to power b minus 15. Now you just compare the value in the left and at the right. So at the left of the question, we originally got a into 10 raised to power minus 7 is equal to 2 into 10 raised to power b minus 15. Now you just compare the values. So a is equal to 2, and now we will find b. For b, we will just compare the powers. So minus 7 and b minus 15. Equate them, b minus 15. So you get the final answer for b is equal to 8. Now this question is solved. For a you get 2 as your answer, and for b you get 8 as your answer. This is how this question is solved. Another question in this chapter we have: the mass of planet Saturn is this and the mass of planet Venus is this. Calculate the difference in mass between Saturn and Venus. Now the rule for, now we earlier studied the rule for multiplication and division. Now the question is asking about difference, which is minus, and the same is the case for addition also. When you have to do addition or subtraction, you just need to make sure that the powers are same. When the powers are not same, you cannot add or subtract. So first, 5.7 into 10 raised to power 26 minus 4.9 into 10 raised to power 24. We subtract them because we have to find the difference, but we cannot simply subtract because the powers are not same. One is 26 and the other one is 24. So we will first make the powers same. So 5.7 into 10 raised to power 26 minus, now to convert this power 24 same as the power 26, we move 2 units of the decimal towards the left. As we earlier studied that moving towards left adds 1 in the power, so move 2 times, you add 2 to the power. The decimal moves 2 times, it becomes 0.049. The decimal was earlier here, you moved it twice, once and twice, so we add 2 in the power. 24 plus 2, it is 26 now. Now we simply have same powers, 10 raised to power 26 and 10 raised to power 26. We can subtract 5.7 with 0.049. 049, and the answer we get is 5.651 into 10 raised to power 26. This is your final answer. Another question, we have a number and we have to write it in standard form. Now the decimal needs to be shifted towards the right because the number here, like this 5.651, let's suppose it is a, so a must be greater than 1 and less than 10. Now this is 0 which is not greater than 1, so we have to move the decimal towards right 3 times. We will write 4.93 into 10. Now we move the decimal towards right, so power becomes negative, so answer is 4.93 into 10 raised to power negative 3. Another part, we have two standard form numbers and they are being multiplied. We earlier studied the rule of multiplication, so 4 multiplied by 2 is equal to 6 into 10 raised to power. Now in the case of multiplication, you just add the powers. 9 plus minus 2, which is equal to 6 into 10 raised to power 9 minus 2 equals to 6 into 10 raised to power 7. So this is your final answer for this question. Sorry, the 4 2s are 8, not 6. 4 2s are 8 and the rest is same. So the final answer is 8 into 10 raised to power 7. Another question is, write this number in standard form. Now we know that the decimal lies here. To make this number standard form, this whole must be less than 10 and greater than 1. So we write 4.2 into 10. Let's make space. 4.2 into 10. Now we have to move decimal once, twice, thrice, fourth time, fifth time, sixth time and seventh time. Moving towards left makes the power positive, so 4.2 into 10 raised to power 7. This is your final answer. Another part says, now we have to add the powers, but as you see, for addition or subtraction, these powers must be same. So for making these powers same, 1.3 into 10 raised to power negative 4. We will convert this negative 4 into negative 3 and not this negative 3 into negative 4, because we always change the lower power. In earlier question, we have 26 and we have 24, so we change the lower power, not 26, we change 24. In this case also the powers are negative, so negative 3 is a greater number, negative 4 is a smaller number, so we change negative 4 to the other power, so we will match the powers. Change negative 4 to negative 3, which means we have to minus 1, and for subtracting, sorry, add 1, and for adding 1 we know that we have to move towards the left, so the answer becomes 0.13 into 10 raised to power minus 3. Now we can simply add 0.13 10 raised to power negative 3 with 7.4 into 10 raised to power negative 3. So the final answer becomes 7.53 into 10 raised to power negative 3. This is your final answer. Now another question suggests write this in standard form. Moving the decimal towards the right gives you negative power. So 2.57 into 10, we shifted once, twice, thrice and a fourth time. So the answer gives you minus 4. 2.57 into 10 raised to power negative 4. Okay, now we have a division question, and in the case of division we simply write 2 divided by 4, and for the powers we just subtract them. So 4 minus 5. Okay, so 2 divided by 4 gives you 0.5 into 10 raised to power 4, minus minus becomes plus, so 4 plus 5 gives you 9. But the rule is that this number must be greater than 1 and less than 10. So this is not greater than 1. To make this number greater than 1, we shift the decimal to the right once and subtract 1 from the power. So the final answer becomes 5 into 10 raised to power 9 minus 1, which is 8. The answer, the question suggests to find the answer in standard form. This is not in standard form. The answer is correct but not in standard form. This is also correct and also in standard form. Now another question has minus, so we just change the lower power to match the higher power. 5 into 10 raised to power 7 stays as it is, minus. Okay, now we have 8 and we need to make the 6 power to 7. So for adding a power we move the decimal towards left, so the value becomes 0.8 into 10 raised to power 7. 5 minus 0.8, which gives you 4.2. Powers are same, so we simply write it once. 4.2 10 raised to power 7. So these are the rules, and this is how you solve the questions for standard form. And that's it for this chapter.